Hello everyone, this is MC Deck Discussions and I am OhBSmall, and today we have another tournament play. So I'm going to be doing a full game. As usual, I'll have the timestamps, so if there's anything in here that you feel like you can just skip ahead because you already know the information, then the timestamps will be there. All right, so to begin with, we're going to be going with Iceman this time, okay? And we're going to be going against Expert Juggernaut. So let's get that set up here. Next evolution, Juggernaut. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the setup for Juggernaut, then I'm going to share the deck for Iceman. It's been built specifically for Juggernaut, a protection deck, so that's the goal here is, to defeat Juggernaut. And as a reminder about the tournament rules, or perhaps this is your first time hearing them, so you get 10 points, base points, for defeating Juggernaut, and 3 base points if you lose. And then you take away points from that. You cannot get anything less than 0. So you take off 1 point for every threat left on the main scheme, take off 1 point for every minion in play, and for every side scheme in play. All right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and do the setup for Juggernaut, and then afterwards I'll share the deck, and then we'll get started. So first of all, we got to attach Juggernaut's helmet to Juggernaut, put Hope Summers into play under the first player's control. So let's search for the helmet right here. I'll read that in a sec. Let's go ahead and get Hope Summers while we're here. And I'll read hers in a minute too. Okay, so first of all, the helmet, permanent attached to Juggernaut. He gains Stalwart and Overkill while it's on this side. So we can do the following hero action: spend 3 resources of the same type, remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut, and then flip this card. So we'll want to do that so we can get rid of his Stalwart and Overkill, and especially the Overkill, actually. Okay. All right, so flip this over. And then the main scheme is never defeated in this. Instead, you have a forced interrupt when this scheme would be completed. Instead, do each of the following: remove all threat from here. If Juggernaut exposes in play, flip it. So Juggernaut exposes on this other side. So if it's in play, you flip it over back to Juggernaut's helmet. Place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut, and then Juggernaut attacks each player in player order. And you'll see why the momentum counters matter. Because if we read Juggernaut now, who has 1 scheme and 3 threat in stage 2, Juggernaut gets +1 ATK from each momentum counter here, right? So if he gets a bunch of those momentum counters and then he has Overkill, we could be in serious trouble. And then when revealed, place 1 momentum counter here, so he gets 1 right off the bat. And if Juggernaut exposes in play, it's not. Flip it, but otherwise give him a tough status, so we're going to give him a tough status right now. Okay. All right. And then here's Iceman, and let me flip him back to his alter ego side. Well, actually, I'll read this side while I'm here so I don't have to mention it later, right? So 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, has the freeze ability. Oh, and he's Ice and X-Men traded. That definitely matters in this deck. So freeze ability, interrupt. When Iceman makes a basic attack or defense against an enemy, attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to that enemy. And if we go over to this side, Bobby Drake begins the game with 6 Frostbite upgrades set aside. So let me get the out of play area ready. And what we're going to do is we're going to spawn some cards in the player 1 area. And those cards are Frostbite. So Frostbite, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're going to put those in the out of play area. All right. And then next, he has this cool off ability response. After you change to this form, shuffle 1 ice card from your discard pile into your deck for each copy of Frostbite in play. All right, and then Hope Summers. Oh, notice that he has 4 recovery. And then Hope Summers, her thwart and attack. First of all, she does not count against your ally limit. And then secondly, Hope Summers' base thwart and base attack are equal to the thwart and attack of your hero. So, she can only attack or thwart really when you're, it only means something if you're on your hero side, so that she has an attack and thwart. But if Hope Summers leaves play, the players lose the game. So there is the possibility that she could get attacked directly, by the way, and you could lose the game that way. So it's important to have allies available to make sure that doesn't happen I think it's just one unlucky card where that could happen, but it's an important thing. Okay, you can defend with your hero too, but sometimes your hero might already be exhausted. Okay, so let's get started now. Oh, not on the gameplay. Let's head over to the deck now so you can see that. I'm going to briefly go over the deck because I'll do a separate video just on the deck to discuss, what the deck is about and what it's meant to do. All right, let's head over to the Iceman's deck now. All right, so as you can see, the deck is called Juggernaut or Juggernaut because I will at least say the main idea of the deck is to neutralize him in such a way that he can not do what a Juggernaut should do, right? Which is to just slam you with all of his momentum. All right, so the goal is to make it so he becomes Juggernaut. All right, so protection deck, 41 cards. And so first of all, this all came from a limited environment draft tournament. For those who don't know, so we have 4 of us: Solo Marvel Champion, Facing the Encounter, Jacen Sketch, and then myself, MC Deck Discussions. And then each of us did draft picks. And so due to my draft picks, this is my limited environment. And so it has the core set, 2 campaign expansions rather than the 3 that's usually allowed, Next Evolution, and Mutant Genesis, and then 8 hero packs instead of the usual 10 that are allowed. So all of us are the same that were allowed, but we all have different campaign expansions and we all have different hero packs. So my hero packs that I can make my decks from are Psylocke, Storm, Wolverine, Iceman, Magneto, Black Widow, Phoenix, and Rogue. And then these are the scoring rules that I mentioned a little bit ago. If you want a reminder about that, you could always pause the video here. Get that reminder, and note that the villain deck was built for Juggernaut. I'm not going to publish this deck, so I'm not going to do a full write-up of it, but I will include the link in the description of the video so that anybody could access it. It's part of my private collection, and as long as you have the link, you can access that. I have the settings that way. So looking at the allies, so I'm just going to go through and name them. So all of them except for Nick Fury, all the rest of them are X-Men. But I do have Nick Fury in here to give me some of that extra card draw to help with setup. Definitely helps. All right, so we've got Armor, Beak, Colossus, Forge, Nick Fury, whom I've already mentioned, Nightcrawler, Polaris, Professor X, Shadowcat, and then White Queen. I'm just going to name the cards that have been added to the deck. And then I do have in the events 3 preemptive strikes. So when a boost card is turned face up while the villain attacks, cancel all boost icons on that card, then deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled this way. Note that it is a defense event. That's very important for the reason I'm going to go to right now, actually, which is Indomitable and also Unflappable, right? So Unflappable, if I defend against the attack and take no damage, I can exhaust this and draw 1 card. So it counts as defending when I use preemptive attack, as well as, of course, when he uses his own basic attack skill, basic attack ability. But also for Indomitable. Notice Indomitable says, response, after your hero defends, discard Indomitable. Again, and then you can ready your hero. So again, that could occur because of him, defending for himself, but it can also occur just by using preemptive strike if we do prevent all damage. And we could do that with Iceman. That is possible to do with Iceman because of his frostbites. All right, which I should go back and mention what his frostbites do, so I'll do that real quickly when we get back because I don't think I read those in case anybody's not familiar with that. I do have 1 player side scheme, Superpower Training, which is specifically meant to get cryokinetic perception into play, but if it's not in play, it's great to get frozen solid into play or the power belt. And then for resources, the 3 doubles, Energy, Genius, and Strength, and then 2 copies of the Power in all of us. We have plenty of allies with basic, and then we also have Team Building Exercise, the X-Jet, and Utopia. Okay, all right, and that's it. Okay, so there's the deck. I have already play tested this deck twice against Juggernaut and did defeat him both times. Would have gotten perfect score. So hopefully I'm able to duplicate that here. A little bit of bad luck, and definitely that might not happen the first time I played against him. Boy, I was close to losing like almost all game. The second one was better. We'll see how this one turns out. So let's go ahead and head over and get the game started. Okay, let's go ahead and draw up my hand size. Has a hand size of 6 on this side, hand size of 5 over on his other side. He does have 11 hit points, so that's very helpful. All right, so let's see what I want to do with my hand here. Do I want to mulligan or not? Okay, I'm actually going to keep what I have. So let's go ahead and flip over. Oh, the frostbites. So here's what the frostbites do. They're permanents. Attached enemy. So like my goal is to attach them to Juggernaut. Attached enemy gets -1 scheme and -1 attack. And then force response after attached enemy activates or leaves play, set this card aside. All right, so let's go ahead and flip on over to the hero side. And immediately what I want to do is get Juggernaut's helmet. It's not completely necessary with Iceman, but that's still a good goal to have. So I'm going to play spend 3 resources at the same time. So I have 3 energy resources. So I'm going to do Beak, Polaris, and Preemptive Strike. And then I can remove each momentum counter. So let's get rid of the one that's on him. And then now I can flip this card. So now that we're on Juggernaut Exposed, Juggernaut takes 1 additional damage from each card with a printed mental resource. And note that Hope Summers has a printed mental resource on her. And then forced response after Juggernaut schemes, place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut and flip this card. So if we allow him to scheme, he will be able to flip this back over. And in my other games I played, I did end up kind of needing to allow him to scheme. So that could happen multiple times in this game. So very different strategy playing against him with Iceman than it was when I played against him with Psylocke. Speaking of which, I've already played against him with Psylocke, so you're welcome to check out the 2 videos that I've created for that. The 1 game video and 1 deck discussion video. All right, so with this in mind, I'm going to get armor out now. So let's pay with these 2 resource cards here, with those 2 cards, and it comes in with toughness. All right, Iceman's going to go ahead and attack, get rid of this tough, attack for 2 damage, get rid of this tough. Him. All right, and actually I should have put this on first. It has this interrupt, right? When Iceman makes a basic attack or defense, it is an interrupt, so it happens right away. Attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to that enemy. All right, so got rid of the tough status, and then we're going to attack with Hope Summers, who now has 2 damage, and we'll do an extra point of damage because she's mental, has a mental resource on her. So that's 1, 2, 3, down from 21 down to 18, and flip on over and go ahead and draw our hand size. All right, so that's it for our side. Oh, this is round 1. We'll see if I remember to do this in this game, but I did, for the most part, did in the previous game. So we're in round 1. Okay, so now let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. Juggernaut's going to attack. He has his 3 minus the frostbite, and we're going to go ahead and defend with armor. Hold on. I would put 2, right? And I have preemptive strike. Oh, but I want to be able to play Nick Fury, so I want to save every resource I have. Okay, yeah, we're going to defend with armor. All right, so attacking for 3, 4, 5, and the frostbite gets discarded afterwards. So attack for 4, and that gets rid of this tough status. Okay, and then go ahead and get this card out here. Surge, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Okay. So hold on a sec, leave that surge there. First you reveal, so I actually read up on the rules here. First reveal the top card of the encounter deck, then do the surge, which will also reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So first let's reveal this one. Okay. All right, give to Bobby Drake player. Force response after you attach a frostbite upgrade to an enemy, take 1 damage. Alter ego response after you make a basic recovery, discard this card. Okay. All right, and then let's get the next one. All right, when revealed, Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. So we are going to defend for that with Iceman, because if Hope Summers leaves, we lose. Okay. Oh, although I guess, oh, wait. Oh, you know what? I actually want to take some damage. So he's going to attack armor. But I actually want to take some damage because that's the only way I can get rid of this card here. Okay. Now, this is not a forced response. So I don't have to actually put a freeze counter on him. I guess it kind of works out the same either way. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a freeze counter on him. Okay, so I do take a damage down to 10. Okay, and then he is attacking, so I'm defending there. So let's go ahead and do this right here. and he's attacking for 3, plus 1 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So 3 minus the 2 still deals 1 damage to me. And then plus take 1 indirect damage. I'm going to have that indirect damage just go to Hope Summers. All right. Okay. And then get rid of this and this and this, and this hot-headed stays in play. So I want to be able to get rid of this. Okay. Right. So again, after you make a basic recovery, discard this card. So it's going to be a bit before I can do that, but maybe we can get set up a bit with Nick Fury. So it becomes our turn for round 2. Okay. Oh, Frostbite is now gone because it gets discarded. All right, so let's play Nick Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of disappointing that I had to discard those cards to do this, but in comes Nick Fury. We'll draw 3 cards. Ah, unbelievable. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. Let's remove 2 threat from the main scheme, and we'll go ahead and attack with Hope Summers. Again, dealing 2 damage, plus 1 because of the mental resource honor, so 3 damage. So 18 down to 15. Okay. And then let's just ready up here and draw our hand size. Okay. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, we'll get 1 threat for it's Juggernaut's turn now. So 1 threat there. We'll go ahead and defend with Nick Fury on this attack. So it's going to be an attack of 3 and nothing extra, defeats Nick Fury. Then we get next encounter card, flip that over. Wow, unbelievable. Okay, first exhaust our identity for the when revealed. Oh my gosh. All right, and then a surge. So let's draw another card for the surge. When revealed, choose to either take damage equal to Juggernaut's ATK or place 1 momentum counter on him. I'm just going to take the damage. He has 3 ATK. We'll take the 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, going from 6 down to 9. All right. Wow, that was incredible. All right. So let's see what we want to do here. We have some excellent choices, actually. All right, I really want to go to my alter ego side, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to play 2, 3, and get Frozen Solid out onto Juggernaut. And, all right, and so Frozen Solid, by the way, attached to an enemy, max 1 per enemy, force interrupt. When attached enemy would activate, discard Frozen Solid instead, then attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to that enemy. So I plan on using that card a bunch in this game, so hopefully that is going to happen quite a bit. Okay. Oh, so that is a reason why not to go to the other side yet. Yeah, so let's stay on this side for now. Okay. All right, and then that's going to end our turn. Oh, but let's do this. Have armor thwart 1 and get rid of that from the main scheme, and have Hope Summers attack for 2, plus the 1 again is 3. So bring him down from 15 down to 12. Okay, so doing some steady damage here. Looking good so far, despite the kind of weirdness of what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and ready up and draw our hand size. I want to keep both of those cards for sure. All right, so let's add 1 to the main scheme, and Frozen Solid will then be discarded, and we'll attach a Frostbite to Juggernaut. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. All right, and then here's his encounter card. And discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, we don't have any. So, oh, wait a minute. Discard an upgrade or a support you control. Wait, can you discard this? Set this card aside. Yeah, it's a permanent, so it can't be discarded. Oh, okay, all right. So, so that can't happen. So this card gains Surge. All right, and then so we're going to immediately expose this next card, who has Guard and Quick Strike, which we don't want to have happen because after Creeping Willow attacks and damages a character, stun that character. So I am actually going to I don't want to deal with that and delay me going to alter ego side. So let's go ahead and defend with armor and take the 1 damage there. All right, and then now we're all set up. Okay, so now we can finally go to alter ego side. Let's see how we want to do this. Okay, conveniently we have the power in all of us, so we're going to use that plus Ice Blast to play Professor X, which Juggernaut is exposed, so we can in fact confuse him. And then we'll go ahead and use Professor X to thwart the main scheme, take a consequential. We'll go ahead and attack with Hope Summers on Creeping Willow, do a couple points of damage there. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to use Ice Wall to play Indomitable. So I have that available. And then we're going to go to our alter ego side and we're going to recover for 4. So he gets up to 10 hit points. And that allows us to finally discard Hot-Headed. Hold on. I would think I was supposed to take another point of damage. After you attach a Frostbite upgrade to an enemy, take 1 damage. Yes, when I attach this Frostbite, I did not take the damage for that one, so I get 1 extra damage there. Okay. All right, but now, after you make a basic recovery for an alter ego response, discard this card, so I will discard it. Okay, finally got rid of that card. So we won't be taking that extra damage anymore. All right, let's go ahead and ready up. Oh, he did have 1 Frostbite attached, though. So we can use this response and put an ice card back in our deck. So I am for sure going to put this upgrade Frozen Solid back in and shuffle the deck. All right, and then keep the order of this. All right, now we'll ready up and draw our hand size of 6. Okay. Oh, good. We get cryokinetic perception. All right, excellent. Okay, let's add 1 threat here. And he is confused, so he's no longer confused. And then this has no scheme, 0 scheme, so no extra scheme goes on there. And go ahead and get his encounter card. Oh, the villain schemes. That's too bad. So the reason that's especially bad, by the way, is because Juggernaut Exposed is going to flip over to the other side. So I know I read that earlier, but in case you're not aware. All right, so he has 1 scheme minus the Frostbite, so 0 scheme actually, and gets his boost card. And that gives him 3, so he's going to put 3 on here. Okay. All right. And then now that he did this, the force response after Juggernaut schemes, place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut. So we'll do that. And then flip this card. So now we want to try to get rid of that. We do have the possibility of getting rid of it right away. So let's see if we can go ahead and do that. All right, so do I want to heal up some more? It's very important to stay healed up as much as you can against him. No, I'm going to go ahead and leave it be here. So let's go ahead and go over to our hero side. Okay, and then I'm going to do this right away. So I'm going to pay, I have 2 resources here and the ice slide. So I'm going to pay with those 3. And I spent 3 or sort of the same type, remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut, boom, and flip this card. So now he's exposed again. Okay. So in the past, other games, I didn't get to keep him exposed quite as much. So this is, I really like this. Oh, I needed to discard Professor X at the beginning of my turn. So there, or at the end of the round. So now he's discarded. Okay, so let's see how we want to handle the rest. Let's go ahead and get cryokinetic. Yeah, we're going to get that out and play right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to attack with Iceman on Juggernaut, dealing 2 damage. And attaching a Frostbite. Hold on, these need to be detached. There we go. Attaching another Frostbite to him. And that triggers cryokinetic perception, drawing us a card. Okay. And cryokinetic perception has a hero response. After you resolve your freeze ability, exhaust this card, draw 1 card. If that card has the ice trait, ready Iceman. So it doesn't have the ice trait, but I can at least get rid of Forge to play Superpower Training to get that into play. And then we're going to an attack with Hope Summers and defeat the Creeping Willow. Oh, I wasn't able to do that. Okay, all right. So we're just going to say that I did this in the opposite order. I attacked with Hope Summers first. She has an attack of 2, getting rid of Creeping Willow, who has guard. So that's why I wasn't able to, I shouldn't have been able to attack Juggernaut yet. And then I attacked with Iceman and was able to legitimately attack him. Okay, so there we go. So I kind of rescinded my error there, but got it fixed up. All right, let's get ready and draw our hand size. And we have another Frozen Solid. Excellent. Okay, so Boy, we really got to take care of this stuff. Okay, let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. And Juggernaut is going to attack for 3, plus his boost card, minus the 2 for the frostbites. We're going to go ahead and defend with Iceman, getting a 3rd frostbite out there. And he's going to deal 3, oops, didn't mean to do that, and flip this, 4/5, minus the 3 here, minus 2 more for the defending, so he does 0 damage. And on top of that, we're going to trigger Cryokinetic Perception, draw us a card. We do not ready because of that, but we have Indomitable. After your hero defends, discard Indomitable, ready your hero. So I'm going to discard that and ready my hero. And that gets rid of these frostbites afterwards, and this is gone. Okay, now he gets his encounter card. Each copy of, when revealed, each copy of Creeping Willow attacks. It's not in play, but if you are not attacked this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Creeping Willow and reveal it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal Creeping Willow. I'm going to get the one that we already had and put it out here. Okay. All right, now Creeping Willow has Quick Strike, so we'll attack, deal 1 damage, okay, and stun us. But do I want to get stunned? Yeah, I'm just going to defend. Puts a frostbite on it, which then gets discarded. I take no damage, and I do not get stunned. All right. Yeah, I don't want to get stunned in this case. All right, so get rid of that card. That's done, and it's our next turn. I think I've lost track of the rounds. I'm going to hit that it's 3rd round starting now, but I doubt it. I'll probably stop keeping track of the rounds because I'm pretty sure I've messed up on that already. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our turn. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and do 2, pay 2, and do it Arctic Blast. And it'll deal 4 damage and attach a set copy of Frostbite to it, because I can choose one of these 2. So I'm going to go ahead and defeat Creeping Willow, and that Frostbite would go away. Okay. All right. And then what I'm going to do is chill out, and that'll remove 3 threat from a scheme and attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite. I'm going to do that set-aside copy right now. Detach that again. And get rid of these 3. Okay. And that's Superpower Training. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific upgrade and put it into play. So let's go find an identity-specific upgrade. And here it is, Frozen Solid. Okay. Since we already have Cryokinetic Perception in play, put that in the victory display. Okay. And Frozen Solid attached to an enemy. Boom, now we have another Frozen Solid attached to him. Okay. All right, and then as much as I want to attack with Hope Summers, we have got to get this threat down. So let's get that down some. And hopefully we'll start to get that down very quickly after this. Okay. All right. Boy, that's so inefficient, though. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to do the 2 damage plus the 1 3 damage here. So 1, 2, 3. Get him down to 7. So hopefully we can start getting more efficiently, get that down right away here. Let's see what we get this time. Another Frozen Solid. Yeah, not much in the way. So, man, I'm probably going to have to bite the bullet and take care of that then. Okay. All right, so here we go. It is now Juggernaut's turn. All right, so let's add 1 to the main scheme. And then Frozen Solid will detach. He does not activate. And go ahead, and now he has another Frostbite on him. And we'll go ahead and discard this. Okay, and then now he gets another card out. When revealed, choose to either take damage equal to Juggernaut's ATK or discard the highest cost upgrade you have. So we're going to take the damage. His ATK, by the way, right? He has not attacked, so these decrease his ATK by 2. So I only take 1 damage down to 8. Okay. And I didn't think about it till now, but I could have gone to Alter Ego side on the other one, but we'll be able to do this on our next turn. So let's discard that, and it's our turn. Okay. All right. So let's see. Am I going to be able to ready? it's not guaranteed I can ready, and I want to be able to actually really heal up. So oh, but I could heal up next round. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and attack here. All right, so we attack for 2, dealing 2 damage, and putting on another Frostbite, and triggering Cryokinetic Perception, drawing us a card. Ah, nice. So we do get an... Oh, it's not an ice card. Let's see. If that card has the ice trait, ready Iceman. Oh, it's one of his cards, but it's not ice traded. That's pretty funny. Okay, so he does not ready. Okay, so, and then we can go ahead and, are we going to be able to remove some threat? Okay, we're just going to do it this way. So let's go ahead and, she has 1 thwart, so remove 1 threat that way. And then let's go ahead and play Frozen Solid. So let's see, 2, oh, hold on, we have the Power Belt. So we could do 2, 3 and get the Power Belt out. Then we can use this to pay for an ice card. Not an Iceman card, an ice card. Oh, it can't pay for that anyway. That's worthless. Okay, so let me put that back. All right, so for sure I'm going to play Frozen Solid. So we're going to go 2, 3, and get Frozen Solid out. And then we'll go 1, 2, and get Snow Clone out. Snow Clone's going to attack and deal 2 damage. And we're going to flip Iceman over, okay, and then shuffle 1 ice card into your deck for each copy of Frostbite in play. Okay, so we got 3 copies of Frostbite. So let's see. First, let's look at the... I could put Ice Wall back, but I wanted to hit the upgrade. Here we go. So I want 1 copy of Frozen Solid back in my deck. And then let's go ahead and look at the events. Let's get 1 copy of Chill Out and another copy of Chill Out. Yeah, we got to get rid of this threat, man. Okay, so go ahead and keep the order of that and shuffle the deck. All right, and that's it for our turn. Let's ready up and draw our hand size. And now we're back to Juggernaut's turn. All right, let's put 1 threat on the main scheme and remove Frozen Solid, getting out another Frostbite. Discard that and get an encounter card. Take damage equal to Juggernaut's ATK. That's what we're going to do. So he has 3 ATK minus the 4 for the Frostbite, so he has no ATK. We take no damage. Oh, can we choose that one? Discard the highest cost upgrade or support you control. Ooh, I don't know if we can choose that one. Hold on. Okay, I am not sure. I think I might be able to choose to take damage equal to the Juggernaut's ATK, and it's just 0 damage. But it might be that I have to discard the only upgrade I have, which I finally got out there. Okay, well, somebody can tell me for sure which way that's supposed to go. Okay, this might really cost me, but I'm going to say that I have to discard the highest cost upgrade or support I control since I can't take any damage from that. Wait, hold on. Wait, I can actually take his ATK. His ATK is 0. I can take that damage. Yeah, but that's that. Oh, man. Sorry about wasting so much time. Okay, just briefly, I'm going to tell you what I went with. I'm going to say that I can, in fact, choose to take the 0 damage. That 0 damage is a real thing that you can take. I asked the question here. You can see how I worded it. Let me get the full wording. So there's the wording if you wanted to see how I worded my question. And then it says, in short, yes, I can absolutely choose to take the damage. That's 0. And it says, you know, it gives all the reasoning up through here. Okay, so you can always pause and read that and see if you agree. But people can tell me if you know, maybe Gemini is wrong, but I'm going to go with that I can take the 0 damage. Okay, let's head back to the game. All right, so here it is. I just chose to take the 0 damage. We'll discard that, and it's back to my turn, and we still have all these frostbites attached to them. Excellent. Let's go ahead and heal up now. That puts us back up to 11, our max. And flip over, and we finally get a chance to get Utopia out. Nice. Let's see. Oh man, maybe I don't want to heal up. Hold on. Just go back to 8. If I don't heal up, I could be able to draw a card, and then I could make it so that I could play Utopia, and then also play like Frozen Solid. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to heal up. All right, and then let's flip on over. And then I'm going to use Chill Out. There you go. And that'll remove 3 threat from this scheme and attach another Frostbite. And then I'm going to get Utopia into play. All right, and then we'll attack with Snow Clone for 2 more damage. And then I'm going to have Hope Summers bring this down to threat by 1 more. Okay, that puts us in pretty good shape, I think. And hopefully we can get our victory going soon. So let's ready up, draw our hand size. And he already gets 1 of these. We just finished our going through our deck, so he got an extra encounter card. Let's give him 1 threat. He's going to attack. And, oh, that could have been a good reason to have Hope Summers defeat him now while I had all those attached. Oh, okay, I can see what we can do. All right, here we go. Okay, so he's attacking for 3 plus this. I am going to defend. Okay. And he does 3, 4, deal 1 damage to an ally. I'm going to do that to Snow Clone. Okay, so, and plus 1. So 3, 4, minus all these frostbites. He does no damage to me, and we use Cryokinetic Perception and draw a card. Okay, let's get another one. Okay. First card, encounter card. The players as a group take indirect damage equal to Juggernaut's ATK. He has an ATK of 3. So let's see. Yes, I will just take that damage. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Players as a group take indirect damage. Okay, yeah, I took all of it. And the next one, Quick Strike. And I'm going to let Snow Clone take that hit and deal damage there so I don't get stunned. Okay. All right, so let's go. I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 doubles to get Ice Wall out into play. And then I'm going to do this card and this card to get Ice Slide into play. So that's going to give us +1 ATK, +1 thwart, +1 defense, and the aerial trait. And then notice this has a force response. After you change your alter ego form, shuffle this card into your deck. But now I have 3 attack, which means that Hope Summers has 3 attack and can deal damage to Creeping Willow, getting rid of him and no longer having guard out there either. All right, let's ready up. Okay, hopefully we can start blasting Juggernaut. Okay, so let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack for 3 plus this card here. And Ice Wall, yeah, so I'm going to defend for 3, but also putting out 1 of these. Okay, so he attacks for 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 4, yeah, 1 and 3, 4. So he still does 2 damage to me, but that 2 damage goes to the Ice Wall. Okay. And we do still trigger Cryokinetic Perception, drawing a card. And it is an ice card, so we will ready because of Cryokinetic Perception. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and get an encounter card. The villain attacks you. Okay. Oh, the frostbite finished, so it's back out here. And I think I'd like this ice wall to last a bit, so I am going to defend again. And he's attacking for 3. Get another one of these frostbites out. So 3, 4, 5, 6, -4 again. So I would take 2 damage, but it goes to the ice wall. By the way, the ice wall says force to interrupt when an identity would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack. So specifically from an attack, place that damage here instead. Then if there is at least 8 damage here, discard this card and attach a set aside copy of frostbite to the enemy that just attacked. All right, so that finishes up his turn. And let's see what we have. We do have a frozen solid, so that's excellent. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that. We also have forge, huh? Okay, yeah, let's actually get forge out. Man, I really want to get rid of this threat. So let's go 1, 1, 2, and get forge out. Triggering Utopia, readying Iceman. And then let's go ahead and attack for 2, 3. Let's attack with Forge for 1, defeating Juggernaut, getting him to his 3rd stage. Okay. Juggernaut gets +1 ATK still for each momentum counter. When revealed, search the encounter deck discard pile for Head of Steam. So let's see where that is. Here it is, Head of Steam. Keep the order. All right, Juggernaut gains Retaliate X, where X is the number of momentum counters on Juggernaut. When revealed, attach Head of Steam to Juggernaut, place 1 momentum counter on him. Boom. So now he has 2 thwart and 4 ATK. This gives him 5 ATK now. And then hero response, after Juggernaut attacks you, spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by that attack, discard this card. All right. And then the rest of this, when revealed, if Juggernaut exposed is in play, flip it. It is in play, so we're going to flip it. Otherwise, give Juggernaut a tough status. Okay, so now he does have Stalwart and Overkill. Okay, but we have our Ice Wall out here to help us too. So that's excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and play Chill Out for 2, removing 3, 1, 2, 3, and getting another Frostbite attached. Okay. All right, and then we're going to attack with Iceman, attaching another Frostbite and dealing 1, 2, 3 damage since we have Ice Slide. And then Hope Summers can also attack for 3 damage, plus this mental is 4 damage, bringing him down from 22 to 18. He started off at 25, by the way, so that's why he first went down to 22. Okay, excellent. Let's ready up. Get this ready. All right, so this is a good opportunity to be able to get rid of this Head of Steam. So let's see what we can do. So we get 1 threat on the main scheme. He's attacking for 4. And we're going to, there's our boost card. We're going to defend for Iceman, which puts another Frostbite on. Okay. And there's his 4. 5 damage, give him a tough status. Okay, so 5 damage, minus the 4 here, minus 3 more. So his actual damage dealt is 0. So we take no damage. On top of that, there's the hero responsive Head of Steam. After Juggernaut attacks you, spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by that attack. Discard this card. It dealt 0. We're going to pay 0, getting rid of Head of Steam. All right, fantastic. That gets rid of all these Frostbites. Okay. And then let's go ahead and get his encounter card. The villain in each minute engaged with you attacks you. Boy, he's getting a lot of attacks in. Okay. Oh, I forgot to trigger this. I defended, so cryokinetic perception triggers, drawing us a card. All right. Okay, so he is going to attack. Here's his boost card. We're just going to defend with Forge. He's attacking for 4. He does have overkill. Hold on. He has overkill, right? Yes, I haven't flipped him over yet. So Ice Wall is probably going to take this rest of this. Yeah, it's going to defeat Ice Wall. So 4, 5, 6, all 6 of that damage. heads to me, but instead it goes here. There's at least 8 damage here. Discard this card and attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite. So there we go. So he has a copy of Frostbite, and he defeated my Ice Wall, but it did its job. Okay. All right, what do we have in hand here? Do we have both of these? Let me see the upgrades. Only 1 Frozen Solid here, so we still have 1 more in our deck. Okay. All right, let's see how much damage we can do here. Okay, so first of all, Hope Summers, that's going to be 3 plus her mental, so 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 18 down to 14. I would very much like to get rid of that threat. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got Utopia. Nice. So let's pay 2 and get armor out, triggering Utopia, readying us. We're then going to attack for 3 damage, 14 down to 11, putting another Frostbite on him. Oh, I could have made it so he doesn't have overkill anymore. Okay, how close are we to just beating him though? Okay, sorry, I forgot that he had Juggernaut's helmet on, and I want to get rid of that helmet, so I'm going to take that back. So with the back button, I could just take that turn back here. So boom, boom. And then I paid, that should be it. There he goes. Okay, so we had this double. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do is pay this double plus Shadowcat. So that's 3 resources, 3 mental resources. And that's going to remove this counter, this momentum counter, and flip this card. There we go. And now he's back to being vulnerable and no longer has overkill either. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're going to go with that. And then I'm going to play, yeah, let's play armor anyway. So I'm going to do, oh, Polaris has, yep, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to play armor anyway. Now we trigger Utopia, and that readies Iceman. All right, there we go. Now he can attack for his 2 damage, going from 3 damage, 14 down to 11, and putting a Frostbite on. All right, and then for safety's sake, I'm going to keep these guys out here. So what we want to do is get rid of this extra threat here and finish off with 11 more damage. We have 19 cards left. We should be getting up to our events. Let me see what events. Yeah, we have our attack events coming up. So we have some real potential to finish this off. So let's see if we can do that real soon. All right, let's ready up and draw our hand size. Okay. Add 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack for 4. We are going to defend as well, which puts another Frostbite on him. Okay. And he's attacking for 4. 5, 6, 7. So -3, 4, 5, 6. So we do take 1 damage. Okay, because we have 6 defense because of the Ice Slide. And we do trigger this, drawing us a card. Getting Nick Fury. That's fantastic. Okay. All right. Get us in counter card. The villain schemes. Oh, what a jerk. But maybe we can finish this here. Oh, man, this is interesting. Hold on. He just attacked, so these Frostbites are gone. Okay. Yeah, we have an interesting thing that might occur here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and he has 2 threat. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be enough to complete this main scheme. So instead we remove all threat from here. If Juggernaut exposes in play, flip it. It is in play, we flip it. Place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut. Boom. Juggernaut attacks each player in player order. Okay, so he is going to attack. And we're going to defend with armor. So he's attacking for 4, 5 because of the momentum counter, 6, and I am stunned. There we go, stunned. Okay. All right. So that 6 damage hits this tough. All right. So that means there is now no threat on the main scheme. If we can win this now, then we're in great shape. Hope Summers can attack for 4. Nick Fury can do 4 damage, 5, 6. This is game over, man. Okay, let's finish it off. But we got the Ice Blast. So I could draw 3 cards too and do 3 damage that way if I want. So 3 damage, 4, 5 damage, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, actually, he attacked 10, 11. Yeah, we got this, even with drawing cards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and draw the cards. So let's do this. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Play Nick Fury. And draws 3 cards. Okay. Another Ice Blast. Interesting. Okay. All right. And we're going to have Hope Summers attack. So her attack is 3, plus she's mental resource. So she does 4 damage. Oh, there's a tough. Let's attack with Forge first and get rid of that tough. Okay. All right, Forge is gone. Okay. Now we can attack with Hope Summers, dealing 3 damage plus 1 is 4, so 11 down to 7. Then Nick Fury attacks for 2, plus he has a mental resource, so he does 3 damage, so 7 down to 4. Okay. And then I was going to do Ice Blast, but instead I'm going to do Beak. So we're going to do 1, 2, and get Beak into play. And then after you play Beak from your hand, remove threat from the main scheme. We don't need to do that, but we trigger Utopia, readying Iceman. Oh, we're not going to win. We could have won if I had done the damage thing instead. Dang it, I didn't take into account that tough. I am not going to risk that. That all of a sudden, he has a bunch of stuff I need to take care of. Although we still have this for sure. Okay. We do for sure still have this. But that makes no sense. Let's go back. I forgot about the tough status. I didn't calculate that. Come on, Nick Fury, come on back. Okay, that's a lot to bring back. There you go. There's Nick Fury. And then the cards that we used to pay for him. Okay, there we go. Okay, starting my turn over. Sorry about this, everybody. Okay, so we do need to get rid of that tough status. So we're going to do that right away with Forge. Okay, getting rid of the tough. Okay, boom. We're going to play Nick Fury. And we're going to deal 4 damage, right? So he can deal, right? So Hope Summers is going to deal her damage first. So she deals 3 damage plus her mental resource. So 4 damage, 11 down to 7. Okay. Then we're going to play Nick Fury, and he's going to finish this thing. So 1, 2, 3. Out comes Nick Fury, and he's going to choose one. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. He has a mental resource, so that's going to be 5 damage. Bringing the villain down from 7 to 2. Okay. And then Nick Fury can attack for 2 damage, but plus he does 1 extra damage because he's a mental resource. So he does 2 plus the 1 extra. So he has that. So even if we're not allowed to count that 4 damage as 5, which I'm pretty sure we do get to, we would have enough just with his attack. And that's it. Game over. All right. So that's it for that one, everybody. Kind of a long one, but we did it. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch you next time.